If I look like shit, it's because I just woke up and I didn't wash my face last night. But this is something that I wrote I think about a week ago, and I was having trouble filming because I couldn't find a place to do it at home, and I was trying to do it in public, but I wasn't working out. I was too nervous. But anyways, recently, I also have it written down right here. Recently, a lot of videos I've been watching were talking about like a fake it till you make it type of mentality, and there was like a lot of mention of living not like you're working to get something, but like you already have it. Like not living for the future, but living in right now. Like you already have everything you want right now, like pretending you do, even if you don't. And I think what stood out to me was like I constantly daydream about, I'll have a better life in the future. Like when I was in high school, I think I mentioned this, that I was like, I'm gonna move out and be happy. And then I was like, I'm gonna graduate and be happy, and I'm gonna do this and be happy. And it's like it was always in the future, and I never actually did anything to get there. I just kind of daydreamed that the future held something better for me. And I'm still a bum. Some things that I took away from, because it was like multiple videos that were saying this, and it was different people, and things that I took away from it was just do the thing now, learn as you go, don't let not knowing how to do something stop you, action over everything, and to stop overthinking. So it's like I want to make music, right? I have everything I need, right? I have my instrument. I want to be mainly a guitar player. I have a DAW. What's kind of holding me back, like in the past when I was learning guitar, I was like, I need to know music theory. So I wasn't really practicing my guitar. I was learning music theory, but I already have a background in music. I was in school band from the 7th grade to 11th grade. So when I was studying music theory, I already knew like the beginning phases of it, and I kept going because I was like, well, there is some things I still don't know, and that was holding me back from actually practicing the guitar. Not knowing music theory, maybe in the future it'll be useful, but right now I already have everything I need to know. I just need to do it. And it was like when you run into a problem, that's when you solve it. So it's like, when I get into like more complicated phases of music that I will need more complicated phases of music theory, that's when I can go learn it. Or it's like with my DAW, I already watched the tutorial showing the basics of how to like use everything. Like I know what every button in there is that I need currently, basically. But I'm still watching tutorials on it, even though they're all saying the same thing, just because I don't feel comfortable in it, so I'm continuously watching tutorials. But I just need to start and use it, and that's what's going to build that comfort. And then when I start to get into more complicated things, then I can go find tutorials that show these more complicated things. Right now I'm basically watching the same thing over and over again because I just have a fear of starting. I guess my big problem is that since I have a fear of starting, I just do constant research and research before I actually start, and then I always feel like I don't know enough to start. Just start is basically what all these videos were saying. Like you're always gonna feel that way. Just start, and you're gonna find out that one, you know more than you think you do, and two, you already know enough to get really far. Besides music, I also wanted to get into like taking pictures. I already have a bunch of cameras, and I guess to take this mindset into that, it's like take the photos now, learn to edit photos later. I want to have a distinct clothing style, but take the pieces I already have now and make wild outfits from what I have, instead of thinking, I need to go buy new clothes. Just take what I have and work with it. And I think when I was watching these videos, I related it back to that fear I have of being a beginner and not wanting to look dumb. And so I'm just researching instead of starting, because when I start, I don't want to seem like I don't know what I'm doing. But like that's inevitable. You're just starting, you're not going to know what you're doing. So you just need to start so that way you get over that barrier. Like nothing is going to happen. You're not going to leave that beginner phase until you start. I needed to hear that. Those like cliches of like just do it. Actions speak louder than words. Fake it till you make it. Like these cliches are true, and that's why they're said so much. Like you really do just have to do it. You just have to start. Like acting like you have something now instead of waiting for it in the future will get you to actually start. Like, if I act like I'm a successful musician and I act like that's my job, then I'm gonna make music because I think that's my job. My job is to make music, so I'm gonna make the music. Instead of thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be a musician in the future. It's not my job yet to make music, so I'm not making it. I need that mentality of, I'm a musician, I need to be putting out songs. But yeah, this one was fast, but it was just like, multiple people were saying it to me. Well, like, multiple videos that I was interested in was saying it, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And it's related to that beginner fear, looking dumb fear that I've always had. So I was like, yeah, I just need to start, especially with music, but like in everything in life, work with what you have and just start right now.